Yo. Gun Freak Nation. Salute. Appreciate everybody that will be tuning in. I just had wanted to do what up though, Dr. T? Dr. T, get at me. Get at me, Dr. T. I want to know when you're ready to do that live. I just want to pick your brain. You hear me? You a female, you a woman. And when we text, you told me the story of how you got into guns, Dr. T. That's going to be very interesting. Interviewing you is going to be interesting. You just give me a time, give me a day, and I'll make it happen. When you are ready to come on here and do a live with me. So it's whenever you're ready. Anyway, yo, what up? What up, what up? What up though, what up? Listen. I need for people to be ready to fight back. My sister sent me an article that I had no idea. I had no idea. I got enough people in here now, so let me future beats and shit that I am I'm working on, y'all. New beats and stuff, man. I've been going in and I'm trying to feed my third beat making channel content. I got this article right here, and this is not to attack a whole political group of people, man. You know, I love everybody. You know, Democrats, Republican. It's righteous people in all parties. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not even in a party, which I am not in a party. I'm not affiliated. But my sister sent me an article that actually, like, you know, pissed me off. I think she needs to resign, or she needs to be forced out. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you may not know. But the vice mayor, or the assistant mayor, or the vice mayor, I didn't even know mayors had vice mayors, but apparently they do. All right. This woman here, this is the vice mayor of Los Angeles. How can you have the wherewithal to tell gangs to fight ICE? This tells me two things. That some of these,
in 2025, you can build an
some
entire
of these,
business on your own with
my
AI.
bad, y'all. Some of these politicians are lunatics. This crazy woman.
Where's the leadership at? And now that your hood's being invaded, I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Los Angeles, 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you.
Fallout today after this video appears to show the vice mayor of Cudahy calling out local street gangs to protect the city from immigration raids. Now, the comments have caught the attention of the Department of Homeland Security. NBC4's Conan Nolan live in the newsroom with more on all of this for us. Conan?
That's right, Colleen. Cudahy is a small city of about 22,000 people off the 710 freeway southeast of downtown Los Angeles. It's about 96% Hispanic, that according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Not many people, frankly, pay a lot of attention to it, but the comments of one of its leaders has given a talking point to the Trump administration and a headache for Democrats. Last week, when Vice President J.D. Vance visited Los Angeles, he made an incendiary claim regarding the state and local leadership and the civil unrest that had earlier rocked one section of the Civic Center.
You had local officials and radical left-wing agitators who actually encouraged violence.
In fact, local officials did not encourage rioting or the attacks against federal immigration officers. At least, not all of them.
I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles.
A little-known city councilwoman and vice mayor from the relatively tiny city of Cudahy, southeast of downtown, posted a now-deleted video on social media where she called out two murderous street gangs in what could be considered a solicitation of violence against federal officers.
Where's the leadership at?
Cudahy. It's in California.
My bad for saying LA. There's no excuse for this type of behavior. For this woman to call out gangs, to incite violence against law enforcement. Because that's what ICE is. They are enforcing the law against illegals that don't supposed to be here. My heart goes out to the righteous ones. I hope the righteous ones stay. If you in this country, you don't made it in here, and you trying to better your life and you know, have a good life for your family, hey man, I'm all for you. You the underdog, I'm all for you. But if you one of them slimy, nasty ass, you know, pedophiles and, you know, unalivers, then you got to go. You got to go. And this is the problem. Dumb bitches like her give y'all a bad name. When you got dumb motherfuckers that's going around saying defund the police or the gangs should take up arms and declare war on ICE, fight back, and you wonder why the country, well, certain parts of it is so fucked up because of idiots like that. I told y'all before that if certain left-wing extremists like that, if they don't get their way, what they do? They resort to violence. We got to fight back. We have to fight back. We have no other choice. It's like our backs are up against the wall. We got to fight back against Satan and his minions. I remember, man, when I was a kid, not even a teenager, but a kid, the only thing we had to worry about back then was the booger man. Y'all probably had him in y'all hood too back in the 80s. I was a kid back in the 80s. And all you had to worry about was the booger man, you know, running after you, and the worst thing that can happen is he catch you and wipe one of his boogers on you. But things have gotten so bad right now in these days and these times, you got to watch out for the booty man. The booty man gonna come after you. And he ain't trying to wipe no boogers on you. He trying to write something else on your cheeks or up in your cheeks. God damn it. We has got to fight back. We cannot let evil prevail in this situation. Hell no. He better not let nobody take your behind. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of people don't seem to understand or comprehend is that you got fucked up people that's in power, like this heifer. Telling people, I'm gonna find out. I don't know if I can petition to have her resign, but if I could, I don't live in California, obviously, but if I could, I would. Anybody that vouches for cops, police officers, ICE, it don't matter, to be assaulted, they need to be locked up in jail. Instigating that shit. For real. It pissed me off when I read that article. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Law enforcement, man, they heroes to me. They heroes to me. And I ain't gonna, obviously, in every occupation in life, you're gonna have some good people and you're gonna have some bad people. It's no difference being a cop. You got good ones and you got bad ones, but the majority of them are good. You can go outside without getting robbed, right? Thanks to the police for upholding law and fucking order. But don't just leave it in their hands. You got to be the one. Don't worry, y'all. I got a new mic coming because this motherfucker get on my goddamn nerves. This little $20, $19 motherfucking mic, man. I got a whole motherfucking kit coming. You know why? Because I love y'all and I want this shit to be entertaining. I know my personality, I don't need none of that shit, but I just want to make things better. The channel been growing. YouTube still got me shadow banned, but y'all still coming and watching, and I'm forever thankful for y'all for this. You feel me? Forever thankful. You know. But at some point, wait, hold on. We gotta fight back, y'all. It's like we got our backs against the wall. And we got to fucking, we gotta fucking fight back. You hear me? It's like it's the fucking purge out there. You feel me? I got my little special effects, man. I'm trying to do better. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it more. Y'all hear that? You hear that? You don't want to wake up and you turn on your TV or your phone wake you up. You hear that noise right there? You don't want to, listen, you don't want this. You don't want to hear that sound. Because that means that the shit has indeed hit the fucking fan. You hear me? The shit has indeed hit that damn fan. And y'all need to be...
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government.
You hear that shit? Listen, I'm telling you. Fight the fuck back. You see what happened in that church last week, right? When that funky ass savage went up in there and to try to unalive them, but he had another fucking thing coming. They sent his ass to Funky Town. Good freaking riddance. They sent him to Funky Town. He went up in there to do harm to them people, to unalive those people. The motherfucker had an AR-15 and a regular handgun, a pistol, man. And thank God that the pastor of that church or whoever that's up over that church had the bravado to arm his parishness and have an armed security team up in there, and they took that bastard out like that. That's what I'm talking about. Where's that on the news? Why ain't that being celebrated? You know why? Because it was a good guy with a gun. If that motherfucker would have been successful in doing what he set out to be, it would have, trust me, it would have been on the news 24/7. And because of that, y'all, we gotta be savage ready. We gotta keep our heads on the swivel 24/7. We got to. We got to be locked, cocked, loaded, and ready at all motherfucking times. You know? Anybody tell you different? Tell them to kiss your ass, because they living in la la land. This is reality. You understand? This is reality. And for all you motherfuckers that left them little funny comments talking about I'm trying to be back in the 90s, you can suck my dick. No, nigga. I'm trying to be in the 80s, motherfucker. You always got a punk bitch that want to come and talk they shit. A hater. I should have blocked you funky motherfuckers. But, you know, y'all part of the entertainment. My reply, oh, man, I had to laugh so hard. I was laughing so hard. Man, I was laughing so motherfucking hard that my balls started tickling. God damn it. But anyway, listen. Gun Freak Nation. The world has gone to hell. And it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before you get caught up in that shitstorm. And what I'm trying to tell y'all is, look, you got to fight back. You have no other choice. Don't be dependent on no police. Don't be dependent on the guy up the street because you know he got a gun and you ain't got one. That's not cool, man. Being a victim is never cool. It's never cool to be, you know, your life is flashing before your very eyes and you like, damn, man, how did this shit happen? I'm really gonna go out like this? You don't want to be in that situation, man. You do not want to be in a situation where somebody got control over you. This country, man, is so divided right now. I'm trying to bring people together. I don't want to separate. I don't want to make the mistakes of the past like I did when I was pretty much shitting on the Democrats, man. Come to find out, a majority of the people that watch me is Democrats. And I apologize once again, y'all. And y'all love and respect me enough to still fuck with me. And I appreciate that on so many levels. You would never hear me talking bad about a Democrat again. You know what I'm saying? I never do that, I promise you. But I am going to talk about them crazy left extreme motherfuckers who believe that we should not have guns. And okay, you get your way and you come up with a law that abolish all guns and they strip us of our rights and we don't have no guns. But are the criminals, are they going to give up their guns? I don't think that the criminals is going to give up their guns. So if we don't have no guns, how are we going to defend ourselves? How are we going to protect our properties? And I mean, it's going to be chaos. But you got sick people for whatever reason. I don't know how they brain is wired, but they actually think like that. That shit is actually rational to them. Shut the fuck up! That's what I tell them. Shut the fuck up! They need to shut the fuck up. They don't know what the fuck that they talking about.
Bitch, please.
All right? They don't know what the hell they talking about. Maybe 100 years ago, before the criminals got their hands on them. But I'm not giving up my shit from my cold motherfucking dead hands. You will take my shit. I'm not giving up nothing. I ain't giving up shit. There was a couple of shootings that happened earlier today in my city. Same old typical shit, man. You know, somebody, you know, getting in an altercation and they resolving it through gunfire, man. This shit get old. It's like nobody really gives a fuck no more. It's like, okay, I'm gonna up the ante. You ain't badder than me. You ain't tougher than me. I'm gonna show you how tough I am. Let me pull this iron out, and I'm about to air this bitch out. That's the mentality nowadays. When I grew up, coming up, man, it wasn't about the gun. Even though niggas, I mean, my bad, people were being killed still, but as far as fighting, if we got into it with somebody, hey man, you either gonna kick some ass, or you gonna get your ass kicked. One or the other. It's gonna go either way. You gonna give out the ass whooping, or you gonna take the ass whooping. And everybody went back home and lived another day. But it ain't like that nowadays, man. Everybody is punks. Everybody is like, oh, I stand on mine. Nigga, I'll die before I let you disrespect me. And that's so sad that this generation is lost. And I'm not gonna profile the entire generation, y'all. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. You know, everybody ain't like that. But what I'm telling you is, it's a lot of motherfuckers that's out there like that. And no matter what the situation, may be, always do your best to avoid shit like that. Do your best to keep a cool head. Keep your head cool, man. Don't let nobody break your cool. All right? See, words, that's what they are. They words, man. Sticks and stones may break your bone, but words will never hurt. But words can cut deep. But you cannot let that shit be what triggers you to like making a split-second decision that may cost you your life or cost you your freedom. I'm telling y'all, because I love you. Walk away. Remove yourself from that situation. I remember the 80s and 90s, man, and you know, we had this home invasion crew. It took a minute for the police to catch up to them, but these nasty motherfuckers, man, they didn't give a fuck. Whoever house they broke in, somebody was gonna get, you know what? Somebody gonna get assaulted in the worst kind of way, especially the women. And they probably had broke in they probably had pulled at least about 20 home invasions before they finally got caught. And in every one of them, if it was a woman there, man, I'm telling y'all, listen. You cannot believe what I'm saying. You can think I'm just making all this up, being a fearmonger. Hey man, believe whatever the fuck that you want to believe, but I've seen it all in my lifetime. I've seen it all. I've seen a guy get unalived, man, brain spilling out and everything. And instead of people trying to help this poor dude, which is probably was too late, they robbed him, taking his dookie rope off. You know, going through his pockets, taking his wallet. We living in a cutthroat world, a cutthroat society, man. We can pray, go to church all we want to. And that's good. That's a good thing, not a bad thing, if that's what you choose to do. But you cannot pray the devil away. You got to be, you can still pray, but you got to have your armor. You got to have your guns. Because literally, we are warriors. We are warriors against the wicked. It's somebody somewhere right now is going through it. Somebody somewhere right now is being victimized. Somebody somewhere right now is taking their last breath, and they're going to be forever gone from this world. And there ain't nothing you or me can do about that. All we got right now is the here and the now. Life is like a movie, and we don't know how our lives are going to end. Hopefully, man, we live to die of natural causes, live to be an old man. But the choices that you make in this movie has got to be the right choices. Don't fuck up and make a mistake that can come back on you. Don't do no stupid shit that you can't, you know, some shit that you do, you just can't come back from it, you know? You can't get your life back. You got to have the wherewithal to just have common sense and know when to back the fuck out of a situation. I don't give a fuck how mad they make you. Know, you might have a motherfucker that's just having a bad day and he want to take your life. Then you got to do help. Number one, please get your concealed carry license. And if you living in a free state where you ain't even got to have that and you can have your gun on you, what the? Come on, man. I had to pay money to be able to have my gun on me, my EDC. My everyday carry. That shit cost a little bit under $200. But it's so worth it because at least it gives me a fighting chance if I get caught up in a crazy situation. That's all I'm saying. Expect a crazy situation to come your way. Already be mentally prepped up and prepared for this when it go down. Because if you are not prepared, you're going to be caught like a deer in headlights and don't know what the fuck to do. The worst thing you can do is panic. That'll get you, you know, that'll get you jammed up too. We're all God's children. Every single one of us. But we're not living in a perfect world. We're living in a wicked world. We living in a world where some people got, you know, they don't have a heart, man. They don't have a conscience. You know, they don't have a conscience. They don't have a heart, man. And they don't have remorse, you know. Those are the most deadliest, you know, the most dangerous people you can cross paths with. because they not thinking. The slightest thing that trigger them, the slightest thing that upsets them, they ready to pull their gun and go bang. And they don't mind going to jail. They ain't scared to go to prison. So you got to be ready at all times. You got to be ready, man. You just don't want to be a victim. You know, just take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what you got to do to live a good life. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're going through, no matter what the circumstances may be, just stay on the right path, man. God, I promise you, the Most High is going to reward you for all of your hard work, you know? And that's something that you're supposed to do anyway. Don't let nobody walk all over you. Don't let, you know, if a motherfucker come up in your house, a savage break up in your house, and he greets you with a gun, send his ass to Funky Town. Do what you got to do to survive. No matter what. Do what you got to do. Because ain't no coming back. You don't get a second chance at this. You really don't. Life is so precious. Everybody. Baby, every time when you lock that cat up in there, he meowing. Let his ass out. She locks him up in there when she go downstairs. I don't know why. But anyway, listen, Gun Freak Nation, man. The only way you're going to be able to fight against the devil, you got to damn near, you got to be armed. You got to be damn near like a fucking savage your damn self, man. All this turn the other cheek shit ain't gonna work. The devil gonna sit back and laugh at you. You get to praying, you ain't got no gun, they gonna love you. They gonna love you. You gonna be one of their favorite all-time victims. No, what you do, you give them all the smoke. They come up in your house, you give them the smoke. Literally, you give them the smoke. The smoke coming out your barrel. When you send they ass to Funky Town. You ain't mess with nobody. You ain't been out there getting caught up in nothing. They don't have no damn business violating you and pulling a home invasion on your, targeting you, running up in your house to try to run up in you. We dealing with crazy savages, people. We dealing with them. They hopped up on all types of crazy drugs, sexual stimulants, where they'll look at you a man and you gonna look good to them. Next thing you know, they're gonna be trying to bend you over after they don't have their way with your woman. You gonna let that shit slide? You cool with that? I'm talking to the ones now that don't have a gun, that think just, oh, I got a phone. As long as I got a phone, I can call 911, and within 5 to 10 minutes, the police will be here. Well, you was a starnated damn fool. You was a starnated damn fool if that's your mentality, and I feel bad for you. I really do. But you can't help but blame your lack of not being prepared. Can cost you and your family their lives. And all you got to do is dig up that, I think it happened in Connecticut or Pennsylvania or something, where the guy didn't have a gun, and some savages that just got out of prison, they was eyeing his wife and his little daughter. And those dirty, low-down, rotten, snake in the grass, evil savages followed them back to their house, and later that morning, early in the morning, about 3 or 4 in the morning, they broke in. They didn't have to break in. The fucking side door was already unlocked. They went in there and they beat the shit out of the husband, who was a doctor. And one of the motherfuckers was a pedophile and the other one was a rapist. So I'm going to leave it at that. If y'all Google it if y'all want the details. I'm not trying to, get my channel took down. But yeah, it's some dirty, rotten savages that's walking amongst us right now. Like the bastards, I believe it was in New Jersey or either in Philly, where they broke in and they had their way with the mama and the daughter. These motherfuckers were so hopped up on drugs and so fucking kinky that they forced the mama and the daughter to have relations together while they filmed it, and then they took turns. This is the fucking fuck shit that I'm talking about. This is the shit that really pisses me off. This is the shit why they should be in Funky Town or under the prison. But yet, all these politicians, they want to come at us and say that we the crazy ones, we the violent ones, the law-abiding citizens, we the one that's got to pay for the sins of the crazy-ass savages. They try to make us pay for that shit. Well, we ain't having that shit no more. No matter what happens or what laws get passed, every law is not a just law. Protect you and your family at all times, and don't ever give up your weapons, man. The minute you give up your weapon, you's a sucker. And you're going to be sucking them savages' beef jerky, you and your woman. This shit is grimy. We living in a grimy ass world where people just, they don't care. Their minds are wired to be that way. We are our own first line of defense. Okay? We got to be our own first responders. We got this dumbass in California telling the gangs to fight ICE. And she's a vice mayor, man. It don't fucking get no worse than that. It really don't. Listen, y'all. I need y'all to think long and hard. I know you watching me, but I want y'all to be watching them damn doors, windows. Have your alarm system on if you got an alarm. Have your cameras on. Get the Ring camera, because with the Ring you got a video camera where you can watch. You got an intercom where you can talk to a motherfucker that's at your door. Even if you ain't home, you can do it through your phone. You got night vision. You can see in the dark. You got a perimeter where you can set your perimeter around your property, and if anybody break that perimeter, your alarm gonna go off. The chime gonna go off. All that shit is built into the Ring. So I highly recommend it. Even though, do your research. Get your own camera system. It really don't matter. Get some shit that you can fall back on that, because these savages here, I've heard of cases where they pull your meter. They go in the back of your house and pull your meter. And if your cameras is working off of Wi-Fi or, Ring work off of Wi-Fi, I say get some type of backup or something. Get you some shit that get you a backup generator or some type of not a generator, but a power block. Get you a power block, because they don't got clever. You know, they go into people's, you know, homes and, you know, trigger their car alarms hoping they're going to come out. And when they come out, they got a gun to their head. And then they force them inside and rob them and do whatever. That's the latest trend that's been happening. So if you hear your car alarm go off, investigate that shit and go out there armed. I'm not saying go out there and unalive somebody for messing with your car. I'm just saying if the motherfuckers got a gun, then you already know what to do. Now look, it is well, here in Detroit, it's 2:20 in the morning. Right now, 2:20 in the morning. So for y'all that's watching me right now, it's 2:20 in the morning right here. I don't know what time it is where y'all at, but if you all of a sudden hear your back door, your side door being kicked in, and you look on your camera and you see about 3 to 5, maybe 6 people, and all of a sudden, boom, you hear your door being kicked in, you hear the noise of feet running down your hallway or running up your steps. What I want to know, y'all, is I want to know how you gonna send them to Funky Town. Cause I know you ready. I ain't got the question, y'all. I got faith in y'all. What I want to know is what Funky Town tool you grabbing, and I want to know how you gonna send their asses to Funky Town. Because what's gonna happen in a situation like that, if you live by yourself, you can raid them out and let them come to you. And as soon as they breach their hallway, as soon as they breach their door, I'm not saying go hide in the closet. I'm saying set yourself up. Set that death funnel. Any motherfucker that's a threat to you, come down that hallway or come through that door, you let them have it. You let them have it. God damn it. But if you got children and you're not the only one in the house, and they may be, you know, your bedroom may be upstairs or in the basement, or they bedroom might be on the main floor, whatever, then you have no choice but to confront that evil motherfucker before he get to your loved one, right? You have no choice. This is why I say it is very important for you to have hollow points, fragmentive bullets that will not penetrate drywall, okay? It's very important to have a flashlight so you can properly identify your target. You don't want to hit nobody innocent. You dig what I'm saying? You don't want to hit nobody innocent. So you have to be ready at all times. You got to have these contingency plans because this shit can happen, man. You know, from terror cells, you know, I saw in the news where they arrested like over 150 like Iranian nationals that was trying to cross the border, or they might have already been in the country. Yo, the shit can hit the fan anytime, anywhere, any place. And I'm tired of saying the Janet Jackson. I ain't talking about the Janet Jackson. I'm tired of saying that shit. I'm being honest with you. You have to be ready. This shit can happen. It can pop off from the terror cells, from these Antifa motherfuckers, from these left extremists to the right extremists. We got so many fucking extremist groups in this country, man. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if a fucking civil war spark up, y'all. And they need to properly make a movie called Civil War, because that other movie that came out last year, that was a piece of shit. A hot mess. A hot piece of steaming ass doo-doo. And I was very fucking disappointed. If you're going to make a movie called Civil War, then don't be scared and don't hold back on it. Because in my mind, when I think of Civil War, man, I'm thinking multiple groups of people fighting each other. I'm looking at right, neo-Nazi supremacists. Trust me, they stocking up too. They got busted a couple of months ago. And these was military motherfuckers that was in these neo-Nazi groups. They got, stealing military grade weapons. When their house got raided, man, all this Nazi flags and all that shit. I'm telling you. I'm talking to the black community right now. If you got pickup trucks, if you got 10 pickup trucks full of neo-Nazis, the Klan, and they all come to the hood to spark up some shit to try to start a race war, you need to be able to handle that shit. You can't be hiding somewhere while they going door to door and unaliving people and you hoping and praying that the police get there in time. I'm talking about matter of fact, in a true fucked up situation like that, it ain't gonna be no police to call. It's not gonna be law enforcement anymore. The government has fallen. And you got different groups of people. And this is what we're all about, Gun Free Nation. Because we righteous people, we don't care. I don't care what your race is. We don't care. All we care about is what's in your heart, and is you a righteous person, and you trying to do good instead of harm. And unfortunately, we living in a world where we pretty much got to do harm in order to stay good. And that's okay. Because if doing that harm is going to save your life or save one of your loved one's life, then that makes it righteous violence. They shouldn't have been fucking with us in the first place. Then, you got their family crying and shit on the news. Oh, they didn't have to, what they shoot him for? Well, motherfucker, he broke up in somebody's house, armed. He was gonna shoot them, so they got his ass before they got them. Before he got them, But you would have the family, but you didn't have to, you could have just shot him in the pinky toe or something, man. You didn't have to, nah. You got to put the threat down. You got to neutralize a motherfucker. You break in my house, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to sound like a cold-hearted person, but I'm gonna look at it like you coming in to take my life, and once you take my life, you're gonna do whatever you want to my woman and to my family, and I can't let that shit fly. I'll die. But I'm going to make sure that I at least get one or two of you motherfuckers. I've had people reach out to me, tell me about the situations that they've been in and how horrifying a home invasion is, and how just the feeling of, pending doom and gloom, because you don't know what their plans are. You don't know what their intentions are. And you don't have no control. You have no power. They got all of the power because they got that almighty gun. They said it was one of the most scariest moments in their life because they thought that they was going to lose their life any second. I told him, I said, look, never, I don't care whether you hate guns, you gotta get a gun. It was like understood. And don't just get the gun, make sure that the gun functions. Test that gun out, and I cannot express this enough. Get you them hollow points, and please, because some people get a gun and they will use full metal jackets. because, you know, when they go to the range, they don't want to use the hollow points because hollow points are expensive. So they use, you know, regular, full metal jackets, right? But you got to at least test out the hollow points to see whether your gun is going to like it or not, because even though it shoot them full metals, you got to make sure it shoot the hollow points too, because that's the last thing you want is a funky ass savage to come up on you and next thing you know, you getting your gun, but it's just it ain't going bang when you pull the trigger because you never tested it out with the hollow points. Test that shit out. Make sure that them hollow points. Make sure it's gonna run that particular ammunition. Your life is dependent on it. You don't never want to find out what it feels like to get stabbed, to get shot, to get a dick up your ass. You don't want to feel what that feel like, unless you gay, and I ain't no judgment here. I love everybody, no judgment here. But you got to protect your ass too. You know what I'm saying? You got to. It ain't about protecting your it's about protecting your life, but I'm telling you, you got vicious people. And Dr. T, hit me up. I have to go live with you. And I promise you, we're going to have a conversation over the phone first. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you that courtesy. I'm going to be like, Dr. T, what questions would you be comfortable with me asking you? And what questions would you want me to, stay away from? I give you all the respect in the world, but I'm very proud of you. You's a woman, which automatically in my world, you special. Women are special, and therefore we as men, we got to protect them, but at the same time, they got to have the mindset to protect themselves, their own life. And so that's why when in Conflict Nation, when it's a woman that's partaking, and I gotta salute them. I gotta give them the utmost respect, because they already are looked down on as being a soft target, an easy mark. They want to come in and, like the woman that savage broke in her apartment and she had a gun, but she didn't have it in her to, to put that savage down. So Savage told her, look, I'm not here to really, harm you violently, but I must have you. And I'm willing, you're going to have to unalive me to make me stop what I'm about to do. And I promise you, I'm going to be gentle. And she had to. And she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. And I get it, man, to take. But you got to do what you got to do. She should have said this. He didn't harm her. I mean, he harmed her all right, but he didn't take her life. He got what he wanted, and he left. Police came. 2 nights later, he right back. That woman, she had to move out of her apartment. We got a bunch of dirty, low down, ain't shit people, man. We dealing with people that, jealousy, enviness, appreciate that. Thank you, Jarrell. Appreciate that. It's so much shit, man. And I want to touch on something my Baltimore James said. I called him my nephew. Was it Baltimore James? Baltimore James hit me up. He's like, T, can you talk about, You know, I was raised by savages. That's what he said. I was raised by savages. I got savages in my family. And sometimes, from time to time, I clash with them, and I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to, you know, live a righteous life. But, brother, I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a damn who they are, whether they family or not. If somebody is on that savage shit, or somebody is not being righteous and they toxic and they trying to lead you down the wrong you know, they steering you the wrong way into darkness, then you got to cut them off. Shit, it's been family, man, it's family members, it's relatives. I ain't gonna say family members, but it's relatives I don't fuck with because I know they on some bullshit. I know all they care about, oh, I'm gonna get close to this nigga so I can be, I don't need no motherfucker. I don't need no more headaches in my life. I don't need you calling me up, man, let me come over here and jump, make some beats and stuff, and let me come over here, man, I don't got into it with this nigga up the street, man, T, you got all them guns, that ain't right, T. Come on and let me get one of them guns, man, so I can show this motherfucker I ain't the one to fuck with. I got motherfuckers like that that's relatives. And I said to myself, I said, you know what, man? I love my peace. I would put peace over anybody else's happiness. And I don't even mean to sound selfish. Appreciate that. Thank you, Baltimore James. Thank you. What I'm saying is, I don't give a fuck whether them savages your parents. I've seen situations, and it's sad, it breaks my heart, but I've seen situations where the parent been so fucking not a parent, the kid don't even have shit to do with the parent. They don't even acknowledge the person that's being a parent. And I ain't got no respect. And I know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, but with this one, I don't give a fuck. Your feather and your ass need to be ruffled for this. I don't respect no motherfucker that show no love to their seed, to their kid. How the fuck you gonna have a kid and you not in the kid's life? Fuck. Oh, I pay child, man. Fuck that child support, man. How about you be there for that kid? I went through a situation in my life, but guess what? When we broke up and I moved on and found me another woman, I'll never forget this shit. She called me. It was a heat wave that day. She was like, me and your son, we need to come over. We hot. I think all they had was a fan at the time. You know, I ended up in the future, you know, buying them an air conditioner, or happened to buy the air conditioner, put half on it or something like that. I said, well, you know, we ain't together no more. My woman is here, but my son can come. Matter of fact, I'll be over there in 10 minutes to pick my son up. She gonna be like, fuck you and your new bitch, and your son gonna burn up with me. You can't see your son no more, you bitch. I said, oh, really? She wouldn't let me see my son. That was one of the most fucked up times in my life, man. So what I did was, you know, I went to court. You know what I'm saying? Because she tried to put me, when I wasn't with her no more, she put me on child support. I'm like, I was there for my kid. Even before my kid came into this world, I was stocking up on diapers and all that and stuff. So I said, okay, if you want to play like that, I went down there to the Friends of Court, and I got my rights, man. I got my fucking rights. I had my parenting time, and I was getting my, we did it fairly. You know, she got him on some holiday, and then, you know, God is so good because my son ended up living with me. My son, had my son living with me since he had to be, my son been living with me since he was like 8 years old, maybe 8 or 9 years old, you know. So, You got to take care of your kid. You got to. And you got to, you know, just be a good father to them. It ain't about material things. It's about spending time with them and building that bond, man. You know, fuck, you know, child support, man. Fuck that. I ain't got no respect for no motherfucker that don't show no love to their kid. You ain't no man, and you fucking ain't no woman either. Because there's a lot of ain't shit women out here, too. But yeah, if you was raised by savages, if you got siblings that's savages, hey man, don't let that stop your shine. Don't let them influence you. You keep it moving, being the best version of yourself you possibly can. And if you got to cut people off, then so be it. Everybody don't have your best intention. It's people watching you right now. It's people that know you right now that might act like they cool or act like they like you, but secretly they don't even like you. And they plotting on your downfall. They want to see you go through it. They want to see you stressing. They want to see you, you know, they want to see you not happy. They want to see you struggling. They get off on that shit, especially if you got more than what they got. They really hating on you then. Because when you got something, people, when you got something, that's when you're going to have the fakers. I get a lot of them too on YouTube. YouTube got a bunch of fake motherfuckers that pretend that they like you. They attach themselves to your name. They shout you out in their videos, but they really don't like you. And eventually their true colors gonna come out and they're gonna wear their ugly head. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of people on here. I really don't. And I don't trust a lot of people. There's very few people here on this YouTube platform that I fuck with, you know? Cause this shit is so fucking shady, man. The personal attacks I get, the emails, the hate, man, come on. You can try it all you want to. That's all I'm going to say. I know I don't fuck with nobody. So you damn sure don't fuck with me. Leave me and mine alone. I think we all should have something on standby where if we have to get the fuck up out the city or leave, then we got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? I would take my Tavoy X95 and probably my SIG MPX. That's 9mm and the X95 is 5.56. And, you know, I thought about it. Should I take the Galil Ace? Nah. I like the Tavoy because it's a full-length 16-inch barrel rifle with the LPVO scope on it. So I may have to engage some funky-ass savages from a distance. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I would choose the X95. Because it's a full-length rifle, although it's a bug pup, which makes it compact. It's just as compact as that Galil Ace. But I wouldn't be getting the velocity of a 16-inch barrel from that Galil Ace. You know, the X95 is. Oh yeah, one more thing. Shout out to Yoke Gang, to Yoki Sturb. She has hearted my channel at least 5 times now. And sis, I absolutely adore you and love you and appreciate everything that you and your husband do. I love y'all. Gun Freak Nation rocks with Yoke Gang. You hear me? She showed my channel, well, our channel, y'all. Our channel. It ain't just my channel. I wouldn't be shit without y'all. You hear me? So, but she showed our channel so much love. You know, so, you know, salute to you, sis. Much love to you. Big L Gun Fund. I salute you. Rest in peace, Big L Gun Fund, man. Big L Gun Fund inspired your boy to go from making beats. This channel was a beat making channel. And I, you know, man, I'm gonna tell you something. His race wasn't important. What was important is that he was a righteous dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Happened to be a white guy from Florida, down there in Florida. I believe it was Miami. Man, he must have had like 200 guns. And I would leave a comment and he would always respond. And my favorite gun that he had was that Maxim Defense PDX Chamberlain 7.62. And I ended up getting one of them guns, man. One thing I know I let you down, brother, because he was like, T, you don't got that expensive gun, you better shoot that motherfucker. You better run it into the ground. And I got that motherfucker and maybe shot it like only 3 times. And I had it like at least about 3 years, maybe, yeah, about 3 or 4 years I had it. And I finally ended up, I let it go. And I forget what the fuck I traded it for. I let it go in a trade. I forget what I traded it for. This was back in like in December. Remember when I had the 6 guns for Christmas and all that? That was part of like the trade shit when I had all that. Majority of them motherfucking guns is gone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, rest in peace to Big L Guns and Fun. Also, I want to say rest in peace to Scott Too Legit to Crit. He was a member and always will be a member of Gun Freak Nation. He passed away, I think, like in 2021 or something like that. He died in a house fire, man, and that shit broke my heart, man. Sometimes I go to his channel, and I go to Big L Gun Fund channel too and watch their videos, man, and I'm like, you know, we all got our day. They don't get theirs over with. That's how I look at it. They don't get theirs over with. We all got our day. But while we here on this you know, on this planet, let's make the most out of it, man. Let's make the best out of it, man. Let's just do right by people. Have friends. Because I ain't really got no friends. Y'all is my friends. And some of y'all even have adopted me as being Unc. And I love y'all for that. And I appreciate y'all for that, you know. Let's navigate this thing called life. And while we on this navigation, we got to make sure that we are savage ready. We got to make sure that no matter what situation, how big the situation may be, it's not bigger than us. It's not bigger than our heart. It's not, don't let them piss you off to the point to where you ready to fight that devil. That's what the devil wants. He wants to attack you. But you know what they say in the Bible? No weapon formed against us shall prosper. No weapon against us shall prosper. Devil, go back to hell where you belong. Right there in Funky Town. Go back to hell. Y'all gotta realize that the devil, that's exactly who he is. A devil. And you got people that worship him too. Look at Richard Ramirez, the 1980-something serial killer in LA, in Los Angeles, back in the 80s. That motherfucker was a devil worshiper. Look at Charles Manson. Devil worshippers, man. You're going to always have crazy people in this world, regardless, even though you live in a righteous life. I'm not saying nobody is perfect. We got our flaws. Lord knows that I have them. You know, but that don't mean it gives them the right to, to victimize us. We got to still navigate this thing called life, but be savage ready. Keep your head on a swivel. We have to fight back. We don't know when these terrorist cells are going to strike. We don't know when we're going to cross paths with a savage. You got to be ready. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. One of the last things I hope I never have to do is pull that trigger on somebody and take a life. I don't want to ever do that. That's the hardest thing to do. If I was to see somebody in my car right now, in my vehicle, and they done broke in there and they trying to steal it, that ain't worth taking their life. That's, at the end of the day, that's still somebody's child. That could be somebody's parent. That's somebody's family member, man. And I'm not saying just be a hoe as, person and let people run all over you. I'm just saying I don't want to be put in that position to have to take a life. The only way I'm taking somebody's life is if they trying to take my life. If they trying to harm my family, then they got to go. They got to get up out of here. But I don't never want to be in that situation where I gotta take somebody's life. But you break in my house and you armed and yeah, you got to go. No hesitations. And I'm not going to have no remorse about it, because you came, in my mind, you came in my house to unalive me and do harm to my family. And we can't let that shit fly. Not here in Gun Freak Nation. We fucking Gun Freak Nation. We going to stand on our business. You feel me? We going to stand on business in Gun Freak Nation. We going to stand on business. Nobody is fucking with us. And I don't say that to come across as being going for bad or nothing. No. We going for righteousness. We on the side of righteousness. And if we have to put you down because you trying to violate us, and then so be it. Then so be it. You should have kept your ass at home. Life is so precious. The cycle of life is so short. Man, it seemed like just yesterday when I was a teenager and I didn't have a worry in the world. You hear me? But when you get grown, there comes them responsibilities. We already go through a lot. We don't need no extra drama in our lives. Savages, leave us the fuck alone. Politicians, leave our fucking guns alone. I don't think that's asking for too much. I think that's your God-given right to protect yourself. That's your God-given right. And women, please stay armed and be smart about that shit. Don't get sucked into no arguments. Don't walk away. You gotta walk away. You gotta learn to walk away. You gotta have that thick skin and walk away. You right, Dr. T. I would never purposely take a life over property. Matter of fact, here in Michigan, that's illegal. But even if it wasn't, I don't have it in my heart to do that. You know what I'm saying? If I put myself in a position to let that shit get stolen, then that's on me. And that's wrong for me to think that way, because whatever that you worked hard for, you deserve it. But I don't have it in me to, you know, take somebody off this planet over a car, over some material shit, man. No. Lethal force, deadly force is only going to be used if I feel like my life is being threatened, or my family. You know, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, you know. But I give you know, case in point. About a year ago here in Detroit, we had a young man that was murdered by a gas station attendant. He was in the store, and I think they may have had like it was some type of machine. Because I remember back in the 80s, man, back in the 80s and early 90s, man, every liquor store had arcades in them. Then we had arcades. And I remember when motherfuckers was grimy back in the day. Y'all, if you in Detroit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you was living in Detroit back in the 80s. People would go into these liquor stores. You know, you had Pac-Man, you had Space Invaders, you had, this is before Atari 2600, right? When you got your first Atari 2600, man, you think you a fucking millionaire. You playing the game right there in your living room, a game you used to have to pay $0.25 to play. But back then in the 80s, man, you would have people that would take a crowbar where the money, when you put the money at, sometimes they have a little lock on it. You would have people break open that motherfucker with a crowbar they don't smuggled under their shirt, and they'd pop that motherfucker, and all that coin, all them quarters will fall out, and they'd just grab handfuls and go to put them in their pockets, and they'd just run out. And I remember that shit happened, man, while I was up in that motherfucker. And I was there with my oldest brother, Kurt, Bug. That's his nickname, Bug. I miss you, Bug. Rest in peace, Bug. But I remember we was up at we was at headquarters. Right there on shit. Where was headquarters? Was headquarters on Cruz? Off of Finkel. It was headquarters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all was in that area on the west side off of Finkel and Freeland. You know what I'm saying? But a motherfucker, while we was up in there, motherfucker had broke that bitch open and grabbed. They was just grabbing the quarters and shit, putting them in their pants, whatever, they shirts, and then they ran out. I'm like, damn, they getting down like that. I'll never forget it. Because when we left out that motherfucker, my brother Bud, Kurt, shit, that nigga grabbed a whole handful of coins and put that motherfucker in his pocket. And we kept it moving. You hear me? Shit. But yeah, but getting back to what happened at that gas station, my mans was in there he had broke the thing, and he was stealing the change out of it. And the gas station attendant pulled out a fucking AK-47 and gunned that man down. He shot him through the bulletproof glass. Yes, that's how powerful AKs are. They go through bulletproof glass. And he unalived this guy. And this is why his ass is, I hope, in prison. Because they definitely charged him. Because I remember the chief of police getting on TV, giving a press conference about it. It was like, you cannot use deadly force over property, over somebody stealing. Rightfully so. So I hope they put his ass under the jail. Because number one, your life wasn't being threatened. You behind bulletproof glass. If y'all had a flimsy ass lockbox or whatever it was he broke into and he was able to pop it that easy, then. But you don't take nobody's life over that shit. See, some people are so mean that you do the slightest thing that pissed them off, they ready to take your life. And now hopefully he loses his life. His freedom at least. Because you don't kill over money or property. You only use deadly force is when that bastard is trying to take your life. Okay? Yeah, 2000 is early 80s. That's how you feel? You right. You right. Absolutely. But y'all gotta listen. Stay on your P's and Q's. You know, the devil is alive and real, and we can't get away from it. That's just the way of the world, you know, my brothers and sisters. So when he come your way, please, I pray that you are ready to, you know, to put that threat down. We gotta fight back. And I'm not talking about just, you know, physically fight back. We gotta fight back mentally. All the shit that we go through, all of the death and destruction that's around us, man, it'll make a motherfucker go crazy. We depression is real. Anybody going through depression right now? Man, I pray for you. I pray for you. Something Dr. T, I watched one of her videos a month or so ago, in which she said it resonated, man. Sometimes it's the loudest person in the room that's going through the most shit, and they're not letting it show. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that eventually, you know, they keep holding it in, and if they don't have if they can't release it, it's just gonna it's gonna blow up. It's gonna erupt, and this is why you hear about so many people deciding to end it, you know, or going on some type of crazy, you know, spree where they targeting, you know, doing harm to other people. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just be strong-minded. Don't let nobody influence you in a negative way. Listen to people. Sometimes just listening to them, you will find out their true agendas. Like, it always have kind of bothered me. You know, from time to time back in the day, I would have a new gun. And some people would choose the words, "I'm jealous." And it always made me think, damn, man, are you joking, or are you really envious or jealous? And I'm not here to brag or show off my guns and nothing. I am here. One thing about me, I never hated on anybody that had more than me, or was more successful, or had more money. I never hated on anyone. If anything, I had the mindset where if you can do it, I can do it too. So it wasn't never hate or jealousy. It was motivation and inspiration. It was motivation and inspiration. I just think it's stupid and dumb to hate on somebody else because they doing better in life. Because ain't nobody better than nobody, all right? They situation, they pockets might be better than ours. They bank accounts might be better, but as a person, no, ain't nobody better than nobody. They just got better circumstances. But never hate on somebody that feel that, you know, just that's not cool. Let it be Take all that hate and turn it into willpower to accomplish whatever goals that you got set up in life. You know what I'm saying? You work hard. I don't give a fuck what it is. You put your mind to it. You work hard at it. And you don't give up and don't listen to the naysayers, man. You're going to make that shit happen. Life is a journey. You eventually, no matter how long it takes, you're going to reach your destination. And then we die. It's just that simple. You born here, you work hard, you hustle hard, and you try to live a good life, try to be good, and then you die. You know? And death don't discriminate. From the poorest of the poor to the richest of the rich, guess what? Ain't nobody leaving this motherfucker alive. Okay? That's something that's guaranteed. And I ain't trying to be morbid or doom and gloom, but it's just the reality of life. We was born to die. So while we got this thing called life, you better make every motherfucking second count and try to live life to the fullest and try to be happy no matter what. I don't give a fuck if you in a shelter right now because you don't have no place to stay, you don't have a roof over your head. Still be happy and know and believe in yourself that better days are coming. Okay? You could be in the hospital ward, the cancer ward, and you might be in pain. You just might be in a lot of pain. But even then, you got to have that inner peace that no matter what, everything gonna be okay, because we wasn't meant to live forever. But the thing about life, the thing that sucks the most about life is death. And when you have to lose a loved one, especially when it's out of nowhere, or even if you know that their time is you know, because they don't get sick or something, like my sister that's been gone for 25 years from breast cancer, you know? I hate fucking cancer. And it was so fucked up. I remember I would go up there to Sinai Hospital and my sister would be in so much pain, man, and her breast was harder than this fucking table. She happened to have inflammatory breast cancer, because I thought if you had cancer at that time, I was ignorant, because I thought, oh shit, well, if you're gonna have cancer, breast cancer is the best one to have because that's the least deadliest one. That's what my thinking was at the time. But it didn't work out, you know. And I remember back then, that's when we first started having like Call ID, you know. And that's before Call ID was in your house phone. Like, they eventually got advanced and you had those cordless house phones, and Call ID was built into the headset. Y'all, I know y'all remember that shit, but this was before that. This is when they had the little bright little box, man, that had the little LED screen on it, and you connect that box to your regular phone and you can see who calling. And I remember I used to see something that said hospice used to show up on the screen, and I didn't even know what hospice meant back then. But when my sister finally passed on that December, it was December the 8th, 2000. I remember she summoned for everybody to come to her room because she wanted to come home. She had been in the hospital, because I used to go to the hospital and spend the night with her. You know, I sleep in the chair, be by her side, because me and my sister Wanda, man, we was super close, and she had you laughing. She had the jokes. Shit, she was like the female version of me. You know, same personality. But I remember holding her hand, and when I would say I loved her, she'd get mad at me. Because I didn't never really used to say that. Of course, I'm a brother. She knew I loved her, but to say it verbally, she didn't like that because I knew at that time she was dying. And I would do everything in my power to tell jokes and try to make her laugh, even though she was in pain. I remember she said the morphine that they was giving her had her so high the room was spinning. And I'd get her to laugh and, you know, lift her spirits a little bit. Here come that damn doctor the next morning. You know you ain't got that much time. And I'm like, motherfucker, please, man. Motherfucker, please. You know, how many times you got to say this shit? That's one thing I didn't like. And I said, motherfucker, in my mind, I'm thinking like, motherfucker, you got your day too. You ain't God, nigga. You ain't God. And you got your day too. This is my sister. And another thing I didn't like, I'm in the room trying to cheer my sister up. And then you got 10 motherfuckers walking in. I guess they was like training to be doctors and shit. And they would just come into the room, didn't ask for nothing. They just come into my sister's room and just stand around the bed and look at her like she's just a side project or some shit like that. You know, and I get it. They doctors in training and stuff, but man, it was some insensitive shit that hospital fucking did, man. And I didn't like it. And looking back on that shit now, I wished I would have cussed every one of them motherfuckers out that came in there. I wished I would have, but back then, I don't know why I didn't do it. But I wished if I was the person that I am now, they would have had to kick me out of that fucking hospital. And it's fucked up that when my sister, on that morning, when she summoned for everybody to come to her room and she was in her hospital bed, she muscled up enough strength to give everybody a hug. And I remember it was my turn and she gave me the longest, you know, tightest hug. And like, you know, 20 minutes later, she was gone. She was gone. And even that was the first time I had ever experienced a loss in my family. And, you know, to see my sister in a short span of time, like the year prior to that, she was just as normal as I am right now. And when that shit hit her, her health declined so bad, and to see her suffer and to see her in pain, yelling out to the Lord, like, why me? Why I have to suffer, you know? So when she did finally pass, man, I was emotionally fucked up because I was sad and I was happy at the same damn time. And I'm like, how can you be sad and happy? I was sad that I'm no longer gonna have my sister physically here with me, but I was happy because I ain't got to see her suffer like that no more. So, you know, for all those that don't lost somebody, man, I know exactly what you're going through, and I know how it feel, and I'm telling you, don't give up. Every day that goes by, you get a little bit stronger, you know? You get a little bit stronger. But yeah, you know, somebody going through that right now, and I pray for you. Just know this, you got to hold on, and you got to accept the fact that life is what it is, man. Everything got a counterbalance to it. You got love, you got hate, you got happy, you got sad. You got night, you got day. You got the sun, you got the rain. You feel me? You got life, and you got death lurking on the other side, and it ain't no escaping it. So my thing is, we gonna enjoy this journey, but we also going to not let no funky ass savage cut our life short. Okay? We not gonna let that happen. We're not gonna allow them to cheat us out of our lives. You feel me? We're not gonna let no ain't shit savage do that. But Gun Freak Nation, listen, I love you. Dr. T, I want you to come aboard. I want to have that phone conversation with you, Dr. T. And I just want to have a good time. You know, if women out there don't listen to me, then maybe they will listen to you. And I want you to plug your channel. And I just appreciate you. You know, I really do. You know, I want to talk about your childhood, whatever that you comfortable with. You know, what got you into guns? You know, are you a doctor and what? You know what I'm saying? I got so many questions for you. But I would never get you on here and just blindside you. I got too much love and I got too much respect for you. And I don't do corny shit like that anyway. You know, to my mods, man, I got the best mods in the world. To my paid members, the people that donate to me every month, being a member of the channel, I got different tiers. Some of y'all paying me $20 a month. Some of y'all the $2.99, and I forget you got the I know the highest one, the Gun Freak Soldier. I think that's like $20 a month or whatever. Man, y'all show me so much love. I'm like, God, what did I do to deserve Gun Freak Nation, man? Like, what did I do to deserve y'all? And I appreciate every single one of y'all, but I want y'all to love yourself and you know, tell somebody that you love them, man, because you just never know, man. You just never know. You can leave out your house and never make it back. But I want y'all to make it back. You hear me? I want you to make it back. Because you are worth it. So, own that firearm. And then make sure that you right and righteous right here too. You hear me? Make sure that you all good up there too. Make sure that you put your temper in check. Because sometimes having that funky town center tool will give you that extra motherfucking courage. We ain't trying to entertain that. That shit'll get you caught up, locked up, and you can possibly even lose your life. Walk away. Walk the fuck away. And one more thing I want to touch on before I go. Man, this generation, I said it's a lost generation. It ain't got to be that way. And I'm not stereotyping the whole, you know, of the, you know, the young generation, man, because there's a lot of them. Like if you in school and you getting your education, you in college, man, I salute the fuck out of you. Is you know, working, you know, a 9 to 5 I salute the fuck out of you because you ain't out there on no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I got, you got my utmost respect. And for all you good parents that's out there, that's being good role models to your kids, and you are in your kid's life and you love your kid, because I'm gonna die before something happened to mine. I'm gonna be in front of him. I'll die for mine. And I know y'all would too. Because you good people, you righteous people. And I'll even go as far as to say this. If I see somebody out there innocent that's being targeted, and I feel that their life is on the line, then guess what? I'm going to step in and I'm going to do what I have to do until that threat is neutralized. Because that is somebody's child. That's somebody's parent. And if it was the other way around, I would want somebody stepping up to protect mine. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not saying be no fucking vigilante or nothing like that. Because you don't know what the situation may be. It might be somebody, you know, it could be a situation where they actually deserve to have their asses kicked or whatever. So that is kind of, you got to look at every situation as being a unique situation. Like if I'm walking down the street or whatever, or I happen to see a woman being kidnapped or some shit like that, you think I'm not gonna try to stop that shit? That would be a sucker for me to just ignore. Oh, it ain't none of my business. Nah. We got to stop all that bullshit and that no snitch policy that's in the hood or whatever, man. That's the stupidest, dumbest shit. And you wonder why the hood is so fucked up with that type of mentality. People, when I told the story of the home invasion that happened to me, T, you called the police, you raided the police, you a snitch, T, and you's a dumb bitch. You's a dumb, ignorant motherfucker. What I suppose I had did, invite the motherfucker to come sit down and eat some popcorn and drink a beer. But that's the mentality of some of these young, ignorant people, man. And the sad thing is, it's some old motherfuckers that's just as ignorant. They're the ones that's responsible for the young ones being that way. Some people just don't know better because it's the environment that they were raised up in. And that's all they saw all their life. So you usually are a reflection of your environment. If you know better, you're going to do better. You hear me? Anybody got some questions before I come up out of here, man? Appreciate that, L. Bowen. Oh, man, the 2600, that was the first gaming console that my family ever had, man. It was the 2600, and then I think it was it was one after that called the 20. Damn, what the fuck? It was a 2600, and then it was another console, and you had the cartridges, and then you had that one thing with the joystick. But you know what? Really, when I thought I was the shit, is in 1986. You already know what I'm about to say. That badass Nintendo NES that came with the gun and you could shoot it at the TV. You had that Duck Hunt, and then you had Super Mario Brothers and shit, and then all of the other games, man. That freaking Mike Tyson Punch Out. Oh, I never did make it to Mike Tyson. I never made it to Mike Tyson. I got that game right now on my NVIDIA Shield. Matter of fact, I got the emulators. I got every fucking Nintendo NES game on my NVIDIA Shield right now. I got every game that was on the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the GameCube, the Game Boy. What's the other one? Anyway, it's thousands of old school arcade games on my NVIDIA Shield. When I bought it, the guy that sold it to me had already unlocked it, and he put these emulators on there. So every game, I can pull it up right now and show y'all the list. We'll be going scrolling down that list the next 20 fucking minutes. That's how many games. That's just up under the NES. Then you got the what was the other game? It was another Sega. All of the games that was a Sega, GameCube, something called Dreamcast, Game Boy. It was just it's maxed out, and I barely even, man. I'm not really a gamer like that though. I don't even play my Xbox. I got like tons of new games that cost a lot of money, and I ain't even touched them yet. And that's on the Xbox Series X. I got the Electrik 3, y'all. And oh my God, the PS4 VR ain't got shit on the Electrik. Number one, what I hated, and I sold my VR. It was part of a trade to get a gun. Yeah. What I hated when I first got the VR, it was amazing. Matter of fact, I got it at the GameStop in Dearborn. They had the midnight, it was the midnight sale going on. I paid $400 for it, bought about 3 games, and I was blown away. But then this shit got old, and I don't like it because you gotta hook up 5 or 6 damn cables. You are tethered to your you are tethered to your game console. Now with the Electrik, oh man, everything is built into the Electrik. My woman, she loves to do karaoke, right? When you put the fucking headset on, you are on a stage, and real people that got headsets can come in and watch you. And we ain't ran into no assholes like on Call of Duty when you playing it online on the PlayStation or Xbox. You got assholes. Some of them motherfuckers is racist. They'll call you a nigga in a minute. We ain't ran into no racist people. I mean, it's just amazing. If you don't want to play a game like the one I got, the Electrik 3, we got something called mixed reality where you can put the headset on. And they got something called invasion where you got men, the enemy is invading your house like a home invasion. And they got guns and you are literally in your home fighting them. It's dope. It's the, and like when you do the karaoke, you can hear the speakers are built into the headset. You ain't got to put on headphones. Speakers built into it. The motherfucker vibrates. I'm telling you, if y'all are on the market, and they not paying me to promote it or not, if you are on the market, get you that Electrik 3. If your pocket's a little funny, get the latest one, the 3S, which is basically an upgraded, it's basically an upgraded Electrik 2. That got where you can do the mixed reality with it, but it's not as powerful as the Electrik 3. That's the flagship. But I hear that they got a new headset that's about to drop next year. And I'll probably end up getting that because I love that one so much. I barely play it, but the game that I got right now that I just got last week, it cost me $15. And it's called Hard Bullet. If y'all ever wanted to be John Wick, if you're a big John Wick fan, you gotta play Hard Bullet. It's really like like you in a fucking John Wick movie where you can jump on a fucking wall and do a split. You can grab something off the wall and throw it at the enemy. All of the crazy shit. You can take a grenade off of an enemy and stuff it in his mouth. You can do all kind of brutal shit in this game, depending on how psychopath you is. I play it out of the fun. Then, come on, man, they got the range there too, where you can. They got the range games where you can, you know, like yeah, get you a Metacrest 3. Get you, I vouch for that shit. You know what? A lot of people, I think I got Destiny Part 1 and I never, like, right here, I got my, my old ass, PlayStation games. I got my old ass, the PlayStation 4 games. And I think, like, this is the Destiny that I got right here. That's the Destiny, and I think that's Part 1. And by the way, I do have a PS5. It's my son's. It's my son's PS5. I got the Xbox. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I don't know about you PlayStation 3, but the Xbox 360, that's my favorite, my personal favorite console, hands down, was the 360. And I used to hate when you got a bad one, man. Do y'all remember that shit? The red ring of death? When that motherfucking would go red, your system would crash. And I would do everything from like wrapping that bitch up in a towel, in a towel, so it could wrapping something around it so it can get hot enough to reset, and you can play the game for like another maybe 30 minutes before it get the red rings of death again. You know, I'm glad that Microsoft eventually fixed that shit, and I ended up getting one of the newer. Matter of fact, hold on, I ended up, let me see. I got this right here from GameStop, brand new. I paid like $250 for it from GameStop. Had the 250 gig hard drive at the top, and this mug, it never gave me any issues, man. I still got it. I got this like in 2011, 2012, brand new. I still got the controller. Still got it. So the 360 will always be my favorite. Then I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. The PS4 was the shit too. And the reason why I love the PlayStation 4 is because when you get that camera, you had the ability. We talking 2013 now. You had the ability to go live from your crib, from your house. It wasn't intended to be that way. It was intended for you to just be a gamer on there. But when motherfuckers discovered that you can just go live from your crib, come on now, this is before Facebook, before you can go live on Facebook. PlayStation had they had that ability where you can do that before other platforms. Instagram wasn't even out back then. You know, I don't think you can go live on YouTube. So PS4 definitely is one of my favorite consoles. But as far as the Xbox 360, man, Call of Duty. I got all them Call of Duty games. And then them same Call of Duty games will play on my Xbox Series X. I remember when I got Call of Duty back in 2008 for the first time. Because it came down between, it was another game, I forget the name of it. Was it Frontline Fuel of War? I think that was the name of it. I ended up choosing that instead of Call of Duty. And the reason why I chose Frontline Fuel of War is because it had the little drones in it and the little miniature like remote control tanks and shit that you can drive. And let me see, can I find that game, man? You know what? That was on. That would be on the Yeah, that would be on the Xbox 360. I got them games down in the basement. You know, but you cannot beat. Matter of fact, do I got that motherfucker up here? I think I do. Here's another game right here that I got that I never played. I bought it. This game was like $70, and the Cyberpunk game. I've never played it ever. It's just sitting up there. But let me see something right here. The majority of my Xbox 360 games, they down in the basement, but the ones that work on my World Series X, I'm telling you, this Max Payne 3, I can play this right now on my Xbox Series X. This game is the shit, okay? If you got a Xbox Series X, get that motherfucker. This right here is one of my favorite Black Ops. This is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Oh shit, come on, man. I know y'all know about this. That fucking Left 4 Dead. Matter of fact, I got the newest one, and I got the newest one that came out like a couple of years ago, and I haven't played it yet. But I remember playing all these games like in 2008. I don't even know what the fuck. Wait a minute, hold on. What is this? What is this right here? Okay, that's Halo 5, I believe. That's Halo. My son was a big Halo fan. Okay, this is the game that I chose to get. This is the game that I chose to get over Call of Duty. Over this game right here. That's the Call of Duty. But I chose this game, and as you can see, you see the little tanks and the drones and all that shit. I wanted it, but then when I got Call of Duty, this blew my mind. This the first one. This blew my mind. You want to know something else that just blew my mind? Man, I'm a forgetful ass person. I didn't even realize that I had this fucking money in these games, man. What the fuck? I didn't even realize it. And I'm gonna put it right back in there so I can forget that I got it, because it's good to have money that you ain't using. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put that back. I don't know why I put it right there, but you know, God, it's good. Anyway, y'all, listen. Fight back against the evils of the world. And part of that is using your brain. You got too many people that love you. You love yourself too much. And you can never love yourself too much, but love yourself to the point to where fuck what another person got to say about you. Fuck what another person's opinion is of you. Fuck, because the reality of life is you can't please everybody, and everybody is not going to like you. You're going to have people that's going to hate on you. You're going to have people that's going to be jealous of you. You're going to have, especially if you're doing good in life. One thing about some people, they miserable. And because their situation may be bad, they look at you and be like, oh man, let me hate on this motherfucker. You know, and you don't really see people that's successful, you know, hating on somebody that's got less than they got. You feel me? It's always that broke motherfucker that's hating. Alright? Well, don't be that person. Let that other person's success be your inspiration and motivation, and make that shit happen. Make it happen. But don't hate on nobody, you know? Don't do that. Hating is a sin. I want y'all to just be grateful for everything you got right now. Even if it's little, just be grateful. Be grateful that you're here to see another day, that you in the, like my mom used to always tell me, you in the land of the living. So I ain't got no complaints. I'm still in the land of the living. Rest in peace, Mom. I want y'all to just be righteous and have love for one another. You know, I'm about to get ready to go over to the other channel. I know I say this shit every time, but I'm for real this time. I'm going over to the other channel, and I'm about to turn up. Baby, we still gonna get that KFC tomorrow? You gonna buy me some KFC for real?
I sure am.
Oh my God.
We gonna eat good.
We gonna eat good tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, cause nobody ate the spaghetti that I made. Nobody ate the spaghetti.
Got no flavor.
No flavor.
That's neither here or there, yeah.
Okay. So we gonna get the KFC tomorrow though?
Absolutely.
Damn, you know what? This time I'm gonna ask for them honey packs. I'm gonna ask you ready to turn up?
Yeah.
Don't get me in trouble now.
I know you can't see me, can you?
Nah, I'm saying, yeah. You gonna make me break out with the camera? Hey. Anyway, listen. I appreciate. See, I don't lost my train of thought. Listen, I love you, Gun Freak Nation. Listen, y'all stay on. I'm gonna try to make this a first and foremost. I'm gonna end up probably making this. Yeah, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. I'm gonna try to make this a nightly thing, all right? Where if y'all want me to talk about particular topics, I'll talk about it. I'm gonna go up on StreamYard and throw the link up. Matter of fact, you know what, baby? I'm gonna get that text now. I'm gonna re-download that text now number, and I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna put it. They go set. Nope, I don't think I'm gonna be bothered trying to come over here, especially after what happened. You know what I'm saying? Sammy wasn't there though. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put a number up there, and I want people. I'm gonna start doing call-ins where people can call. It ain't gonna be my main number. It'll be the text number.
Good idea.
And then you know I'm gonna get some trolls, people calling and talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna really make it entertaining. Though. I'm gonna hang up on them. I'm gonna say bye, bitch, and hang up on them. I'm gonna be like, bitch, please. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Bitch, please.
What you did? Download or something? How you did it?
I got it in my sampling, but I'm getting it ready for the thing I'm about to get off of Amazon. I'm about to get the actual, you know. That's what I'm saying. For them funky ass savages out there, you think you can take me? You think you can? Bitch, please. You think you can fucking? Hey, look. You think you can fucking?
Hmm.
Since you can take me to the fucking army, you're gonna pay me.
it's gonna have to be an army of funky ass savages if you're gonna take me out. If you're gonna attempt to take me out, try to take me out.
Just say you can take me! Give me that fucking army you're gonna take me! Bitch, please!
Thank you. Next time when we get a funky troll in here,
bitch, please!
we gonna take you out. You going to Funky Town. No disrespect tolerated up in this motherfucker. You feel me? Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck up! That's what the fuck gonna happen. Okay? We on some purge type shit nowadays.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours.
Imagine a real purge, though. Oh, man.
Be ready for that motherfucking purge when it fucking come. I got a lot of big plans for this channel right here. I done got my fucking equipment. I'm about to order that shit tonight, where you can just click a button. I can change my voice now and turn it into like a monster voice. I can do that with my regular, beat making stuff. But this thing that you buy is made strictly for podcasting, right? Where you can just push a button and load a sample on there, and it's got the voice changer. Cool. It's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it instead of buying more guns that I don't need, that I'm just gonna sit up and collect dust because I'm not gonna shoot them motherfuckers. That phase is over with. I'm investing into the channel now. The channel was worth it. They worth it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, y'all. I love you. Appreciate you. And I'm gonna start doing this shit. And I'm gonna put that phone number up there. And I want y'all give me a call. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. Speak your mind and talk to me. Matter of fact, I might do that tomorrow night. Put the number up there. Put that number up there.
That's a good idea.
Give me a call. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna get your assholes, but I'm just gonna hang up on them. You know what I'm saying? I might even go back and forth with them just for the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Are you not entertained? I need that sample. Are you not entertained? I gotta find that sample so I can play it. You feel me? Anyway, much love to you. I'm about to jump off and go on life with TMV. And we about to turn up in this motherfucker. You hear me? Much love to the Gun Freak Nation. Listen! Oh, baby. You said somebody tried to break in y'all house years ago. What happened?
I was like 11 years old.
You was 11 years old?
Man, this is almost 30 years ago.
Okay, almost 30 years ago? What happened, though? How did you repel them, or did they make it in? What happened?
I guess because our side door had a big wooden,
basically,
yeah, a big ass piece of wood. It wasn't a regular door.
Your side door was boarded up.
The landlord didn't put a door up yet.
Okay.
We wasn't living there that long.
Right.
So they thought the house still was vacant.
Okay.
So they tried to kick the wood door in.
So they thought the house was vacant.
Yeah.
That damn, dirty, low down ass landlord. If he gonna move y'all in there, the nigga should at least put a freaking side door on there. So that's somebody innocent thinking they about to go up in there and squat.
I don't know what their plans was, but we heard it.
Okay.
When we came to the side door, we like, somebody in here. And we started hitting back.
Okay.
And we can hear them running off.
Oh, so you think it was a kid playing around or a grown motherfucker?
It was definitely somebody grown. They were trying to break in. I don't know if they were trying to steal what was in there, or maybe you know how they be scrapping and stealing metal and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're breaking the house
and
then
coming
steal
in
the
and do
copy.
harm. I don't know.
Yeah,
because the lights was on.
Right. They probably was coming in and
on.
do harm. But you know what? The story that tripped me off, the true story that you told me that tripped me out was when you said a motherfucker had the nerve to act like y'all hit him. And then when y'all stopped, you saw motherfuckers coming out.
Because people didn't notice what I noticed. He hit the hood of the car and fell on the ground like he was hit. He hit it and then fell. I was like, you didn't hit him, and that's what I said. I said,
wait a minute, this motherfucker ran into your car.
He ran in front of the van. It was a minivan we was in.
Okay.
was coming from the liquor store,
Okay.
getting our drink on.
Right.
He runs in front of the van. He hits it hard and falls. I said, you didn't hit him. And I seen it. I said,
Right.
you didn't hit him. I said, he hit your van and fell. I looked to my left, because I'm on the left side of the minivan. I see 10 guys running towards the van.
You see 10 niggas
At least
running
10.
towards the van.
And I say it's a setup. I say they had him run to stop your van from moving so they can rob us. I already knew what was happening, because I know. I'm in Detroit.
Did you see weapons in hands?
I don't. You gotta remember, it's a tinted window, so all I see is people running towards the van. I didn't look what was in
Oh, wait a
hands.
minute, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. So, how do you know that the people that was running towards the van was running to see was he okay? Because they thought he got hit by the
Because
cop.
I know how people are.
So they was on some
And I
Mad
knew
Max type
when
shit.
I seen him hit the hood, I seen it. Now remind you, she wasn't paying attention. She just driving along.
Right.
I'm paying attention because I'm always watching my surroundings.
Yeah.
I seen him hit it and fall in front of the van.
Right.
I said, what the hell is he doing? So it made me look both ways because I knew he was up to something. Because I know.
Right.
I know when people are up to stuff.
Yeah.
So I looked to my left and I seen him running. They were trying to rob us. It was definitely a setup.
So you think it was a setup?
Yeah, he was going to think she hit him. We stopped and they was going to rob us.
They was gonna rob you. Yep. That's done
So-
happened before. Have you ever heard of the bump and grab? Where a car riding in back of you will speed up and hit your bumper, and then when you get out, they get out with guns and rob you.
No, I never
And
heard
even
of that.
take your car. It's called the bump and grab.
But she wasn't paying attention, but I was.
Who was
'Cause I'm
driving?
always-
Keisha?
No. This is my friend's mother.
Oh, okay.
So they thought she was just going to stop because she thought she hit him.
It was
I knew-
Patrice's mama.
No.
Oh.
No, they thought she was going to stop because she thought she hit him. They thought it was going to be all good. They didn't know
What?
how many people was in the car.
What friend was this?
I say this is a long time ago. I was
Yeah.
like 22, 23.
You was 23 years
It
old.
was on the east side.
On the east.
Mind you, this
What
is east
nigga
side.
you knew was on the
East
east
side,
side?
some scandalous stuff. You know that. So
You
I was
know
about
a nigga.
24.
You knew a nigga on the east. You didn't
I
tell
was
me
about
that was some
24.
nigga on the east side. You don't fuck with no niggas on the east
Whatever.
side.
Anyway, you already know it's scandalous stuff. East side.
Yeah,
you know,
I
some other
forget.
shit.
This, yeah.
East
You
side
don't
is
fuck
another
around on
animal.
the east side.
Look,
You don't fuck around on the east side of Detroit.
Detroit is bad enough, but East Side is on
The
another
east side
level.
is a whole nother beast.
It really
the
is.
east side, and
When I
thank
say I
God,
don't even want to live on the East Side, I don't even want to live on the East Side. I
man,
ain't
thank
gonna lie.
God my daddy.
Even though all Detroit is bad,
We never
I don't
lived.
even want to live over there.
We never, ever lived on the east side of Detroit. We never
It's
lived on
another
the east
beast.
side.
It really is.
Then we didn't live in Southwest either. You know, Southwest, you
No,
get your motherfucking
Southwest
head
not
cut.
even as bad as the East. East is the worst. Stop
I
playing.
don't
with me.
know, baby, because I
I'm
remember the 80s.
I lived on the East from 12 years old to 18. I walked the streets at 2 in the morning.
What?
Yes.
In Southwest?
As a teenager.
With
walked
all
the
them
streets.
gangs?
Yes. A teenager. It ain't none compared to the East. Nothing. When I tell you the East Side is the worst, it is.
Well, you know, back in the day, I heard there was a lot of killing and shit in Southwest Detroit, though.
People will always talk about the gangs and
Yeah,
stuff.
the gangs.
It's
shit.
not as
Wait a minute,
bad.
hold on, wait a minute.
People say it is.
Wait a minute. My brother Rob, rest in peace, Rob. When Rob and my mama used to play for a church in Southwest Detroit, they had a church bus. And Rob, my sister Cuckoo, you know, Rhonda, they all was going there. And my mom would play the organ and Rob would play the guitar and they'd be all on the bus. Did you know that one of them gangs jumped out in the middle of the street and they tried to stop them and then they started chasing the bus and like throwing bricks and shit at them? I don't know what their intention was. But that happened right there in Southwest. They had to run out of that
I can
motherfucker
believe
with
it.
fear for their life.
But when I tell you the East Side is worse,
Yeah,
most definitely is.
yeah.
Cause we almost got robbed a second time on the East Side of the liquor store.
What?
Yeah.
Man, what? You didn't tell me
We was
about
sitting at the liquor
this.
store.
You was sitting at the liquor store.
They had their hands in their pocket.
Who had that?
The guys, the two guys.
You was with two guys.
No, two guys standing in front of the liquor store.
Okay.
With somebody.
Okay.
I was out on a date or something. and they just had their hands in their pocket. You could tell. He said, I can tell they up to something. He said, so I'm like I'm on their type of time because he said, I think they're going to try to rob us. That's what he said.
Oh,
he felt like we was going to get robbed. I said, what?
He sensed their energy.
He sensed it.
Yeah.
He said, so I'm going to get on their type of time and see. He was like, oh, I see y'all out here trying to get some money. Like, he got on their type of time and it threw them off. They was like, damn, he knew we was on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And it messed their head up.
Right.
He said, well, I would be doing what y'all doing too. Like, he got out the car and was like, oh, yeah. Like, he was on their type of time because he knew it.
You know Savage ass on went live.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But and then what happened? How did that
So he talked to them, they all like give each other plays and stuff like that. Because they felt like he was one of them too. Like he got on their type of time. He said, I can tell they on something else and they gonna try to rob us. Like he felt it.
Damn.
And I was looking too, like, damn, they do look like they, and I was on the east side then. So I'm like, I don't know.
Wow.
I ain't saying that stuff don't happen everywhere on the west side too, but the worst things that's ever happened was on the east side.
Damn.
So I didn't finish the first story though. So when the guy hit the van,
okay,
I could tell you on any amount of money, on everything I love, they was trying to rob us. Cause why would these many dudes be running up to this van?
Right.
I turns and look, they running up. And I seen them hit the van. I seen him hit it with his hand and fall.
Damn.
So you didn't hit him. She thought she hit him, but she wasn't paying attention because she driving.
Right.
But I'm always, I don't care how much I drink. I don't drink to the point where I'm not paying attention to my surroundings.
Right.
I say, he hit your hood. I said, you didn't hit him. As soon as I said that, I looked to my left. I'm on the left side of the back part of the minivan.
Okay.
They're running up to the van. I say, it's a setup to rob you. I say, pull off. And that's exactly what I said. And she speeded off real fast. I said, I don't care if you run him over. I say, speed off.
Right, speed off.
We hit a curve so hard her tire could have busted.
Right. That's that Life for TNB right there. Go
we
over
hit
there
that next corner.
and subscribe. You'll see me with my tongue sticking out right there.
Why is that picture so
close? No, they want to
like
see
that?
what the channel look like that.
All I see is my mouth. That's my mouth.
Yeah, that's your mouth right there.
Why is it so close like that?
Oh, because how YouTube put the thumbnail for the channel. You know how the YouTube be and shit, you know. So, yeah, sometimes you can feel the energy.
You know.
Yep. And you feel,
if you know, you know.
You feel the
and
energy.
if you feel a bad energy,
right.
go with it. If you go with your first mind.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If you feel it's fucked up, get out the way.
Go with your first mind.
Always
listen, God Freak Nation. If you feel that something ain't right and it's just
get the hell out of there.
Get the hell up out of there. That's the Most High trying to tell you something is about to go down. That's the Most High. You know, follow your gut. Man, I can't stand this goddamn cheap ass Amazon ass motherfucker. Mike, man. I'm gonna have to get one like the one my son got or the one Matt Ken got. One of them more pricier ones. But anyway, y'all, follow your gut. If you feel something ain't right, the energy ain't right, get the hell up out of there. Make it right by getting up out of that situation. You know, because you don't want to be put in a situation where you got to unalive somebody and you lose your life. It ain't worth it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's just not so, it's not worth it. You feel me? Thank you for whoever that super chatted me. That, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you to all of the paid members. And then I'm getting a members only part 2 compilation together to give y'all some free music. And then I'll be soon, probably next month, sometime in July, I'm gonna drop another Gun Freak album. All new material. 808s hitting on that motherfucker because they've been complaining on them other ones didn't have that much bass. You're going to have some bass on this one. And this is going to be far more superior than the older shit. You feel me? It's been long overdue, but I'm going to schedule that shit for next month, which is next week. And I want to see you rocking out to some Gun Freak music. Buy the album, send me a snippet, a video of you dancing to it or, you know, at the range with it, with the music playing in the background, and I'm sending it to me so I can represent you the proper way by uploading you on my channel, and just send it to me, man. Send it to me. You feel me? Send it to me. But you know what? It's time to get the party on, baby. You gonna DJ this?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so we about to go over to the other channel. I might, cut the rug a little bit. The heat wave is over. That's most important. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be dancing in the heat wave for the night 5. Yeah. I thought yesterday was the last day.
No, they said today was the last day.
I thought you said
today
it was Tuesday.
No, I said Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
It ain't even that bad.
It feel good out there right now.
It's not even that bad.
I feel like it's like...
I'm feeling this. It ain't even that bad.
Yeah. Anyway... I can't put the link on here right now, without Xing out. But it ain't hard to find. What you're going to have to do is type in Life with TElectrik. Because for some reason, either that or Electrik Beats, it'll show up under that name. It goes back, when you want to put it in the search, it go back to the original name that I called that channel, because that channel originally was a backup channel that when that hacker had thank you, mods. See, I got the best mods in the world. I got the best mods in the world. And I'm gonna start promoting. I got 2 other videos on my Electrik Beats. For those of you who's curious to see my workflow, my creative process, go over to the other channel. You'll see me making beats. So far I got 7 subscribers on my Electrik Beats channel. But go over there if you only like music. Don't go over there if you want to see some home invasion shit or talk. Nah, none of that. That's strictly musical. That's strictly beat production. That's me making beats and, my process of doing it. So if you're not into that, if you're not a rapper, don't even waste your time, all right? Anyway, Gun Freak Nation, I am about to jump off and go live and get this music popping. And I love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to do my best to make this a nightly thing. I got my...
Just say you can take me! Give me a fucking army, you're gonna play me! Just say you can take me! Give me a fucking army, you're gonna play me!
See, I got to get it programmed because I don't want them to overlap on each other. So I got to figure this out. But I actually got a voice changer. I got some shit, man. I'm investing into the channel because I believe in the channel, because I believe in y'all, and I believe in, most importantly, I believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get that, so I can change my voice. I can do that now, though. In the program that I got right now, if I want to make myself sound, sound like Barry Wright or something, or Darth Vader or something like that, I can deepen my voice. I can do that now. I got the programs to do that now, but I had to have the mic hooked up and all that shit, and I don't feel like doing all that right now. You know what I'm saying? So with this thing I'm getting off of Amazon, it's got a built-in one. It's got where you can plug the mic directly into it. Because believe it or not, I just got this mic on for cosmetic reasons. You know what I'm saying? Just to look good because of the light. I'm talking through my iPad right now. I just had this on. That's why when it cut off, you can still hear me. It's just for looks. But when I buy this podcast streaming station thing, I'll be able to hook the mic up to it, or just buy another one. Or I got a condenser mic. I got a real mic right here, where like when I do music and she want to put her vocals on them, I got the real deal, expensive ass condenser mic, and I might use that for the I might end up using that. Anyway, Gun Freak Nation, I'm about to jump off, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. I love you. Stay safe, stay armed, stay responsible with your firearms, stay righteous, and be ready to send them to Funky Town. I don't want y'all to be no victims, so fight back. Okay? Fight back. Do yourself a favor. Stand up. Be free. Stand tall. Love the Most High. And no matter what, ain't nobody bad like you. I love you, God Freak Nation. Salute.